Today's lesson is, so important and one of my very favorite topics. We're going to talk about mindfulness. And everything that I'm going to talk about today, and I'm going to keep this one brief as usual, I have learned in books, audiobooks, regular books, beautiful, amazing, eye-opening books. And there are probably some other ways to learn mindfulness, but so many of the big concepts I've learned in life that have changed my life and changed the way I see life have come from books. So before we dive into exactly how mindfulness can improve your life and practice, so some specifics, let's talk about the general benefits of mindfulness, because I think it's important to remind people of this. We say mindfulness and some people have an idea of what that is and what that means, but if you don't truly understand or can't truly appreciate the benefits of it to you, then why would you try to be more mindful? I mean, there would be no point in doing that because it's not going to help your life. Why bother? And sticking to this theme that I keep talking about, which is that of stress and managing the crazy of the day-to-day of running and being in a dental practice, mindfulness is, to me, one of the foundational concepts of living a happier, more peaceful, more fulfilled, more blissful, more joyful life. And you may disagree with me. That's cool. I'm just telling you what works for me and what I've learned and what has changed my life. So let's talk about the benefits of mindfulness. I have a list of 8 here for you. These are not the only ones. These are just some awesome ones that I pulled. Number 1, improved self-control and objectivity. Have you ever wished after a situation that didn't go down the way you wanted that you would have had a little bit more control over yourself? I think we've all been there. Being more mindful means we can manage our reactions better and more effectively. And this is really important if you're in high stress professions, because we find ourselves in things that can be a little bit tense more often, and dentistry is definitely one of those. Being more mindful is a way to reduce stress. Just by practicing being mindful, like the act, which we're going to get into, the act of practicing being mindful, it reduces your overall stress, which increases, in general, your overall happiness with life. It enhances your quality of life. So mindfulness meditation, as an example, has shown to help with chronic illnesses and has helped to reduce mental health symptoms. So sounds like a good one. Decrease depression and better memory. Yay. So when we decrease our stress, we decrease the chances of depression. And we even improve memory when we practice mindfulness. And of course, this is great because I don't know about any of you, but the older I get, the worse my memory seems to get. And so being mindful can help you not forget all the things that you're trying not to forget. Being mindful helps your immune function. There are many, many studies that show that people who spend time being purposefully mindful have better immune function, which just means you're going to be healthier more often and most likely healthier for longer in your life. Mindfulness also helps facilitate recovery. So if you aren't doing well, or maybe you've been injured, it helps you to deal with illness or to heal. It increases your subjective well-being, meaning you will report that you feel better about you and about life. So if you are practicing mindfulness and working on being mindful, you are going to say that you are happier and that life is better. And I can't see a downside to that. And of course, mindfulness improves mood and increases positive emotions. And that's just part of how it helps our psychological well-being. Our mood and the emotions that we're feeling impact every single thing we do in a day. And so if there are things that you can do, and especially because mindfulness is actually so simple, it's not easy to do, but it's so simple. Like, what a quick, simple way to bring more good into your day-to-day. So before we talk about a few ways, easy, super easy things you can do in a couple minutes a day that can help you to start being more mindful, I'm going to list off some books for you. Because if there's anything that I have learned is that everyone is going to teach different subjects and topics in different ways. And part of the reason I love books so much is that I could read 25 books on the same subject, and 25 different authors will approach the subject in slightly different ways, and the different ways that they explain it and the different examples they use and the different things that mean the most to them will hit me differently. So reading one book on mindfulness isn't nearly as effective for me as reading 20 books on mindfulness, because little bits and pieces will stick from all of the different books. And that's one of the reasons why I read a book a week and I've been doing it for years and plan to continue doing it, because it really, really helps me to understand and then start to implement new things in my life in different ways. And I hear different bits and pieces from different people. So I've grabbed a list of some of my favorite books on mindfulness and some books that are incredibly well rated. So it's not just my opinion that they're good. Other people think they're really good. And if you really want to go deeper on this subject, which I highly recommend, it can and will forever change your life in more ways than I can explain to you. If you want a list, I'm going to list them here, but if you want a list of these books, like a written list, just comment book in the comments below, and I will just send you a PDF that has a list of all of these books. So you can totally use them, okay? The first book, probably my favorite, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. The second book, The Miracle of Mindfulness, An Introduction to the Practice of Meditation by Thich Nhat Hanh. I'm going to spell that ThichNhathanH. Okay, he's a monk. Totally amazing. The next one, Declutter Your Mind, How to Stop Worrying, Relieve Anxiety, and Eliminate Negative Thinking by S.J. Scott and Barry Davenport. The next one, The Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down, How to Be Calm and Mindful in a Fast-Paced World by Hamin Sunim. HAEMINSUNIM. And the last one, Real World Mindfulness for Beginners, Navigate Daily Life One Practice at a Time by Brenda Salgado. Those are some books that could take you deeper into mindfulness, with far more examples than I'm going to give you today, because I'm trying to be brief. So if you want to delve into this topic, which I highly recommend, grab one or more of those books, or grab them on audiobook. I mean, even doing them on Blinkist, which, like summarizes a book. I mean, not a horrible idea. It will at least give you some of the concepts, maybe a few actions you can take. So let's define mindfulness. What exactly is it? Mindfulness is defined as the practice of being fully present, aware of where you are, what you're doing, and not being overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's happening around you. It involves maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surrounding environment through a gentle, nurturing lens. This also includes the practice of paying attention in a particular way, on purpose, in the present moment, and non-judgmentally. Mindfulness helps people avoid destructive or automatic habits and responses by fostering a heightened state of awareness of one's internal states and surroundings. So why might a busy professional woman like you want to be more mindful? I've listed some benefits up above. Let's summarize here. Stress reduction. Another one that I didn't mention before, improved focus and productivity. If you want to get more done, being mindful helps you concentrate. Better decision making. When you can have a state of calm awareness, which basically is mindfulness, you make better decisions. Mindfulness helps you be more emotionally intelligent. And that is huge when it comes to your relationships with your team and your family and friends. You'll have better physical health. When people practice mindfulness, usually they sleep better, they have lower blood pressure, better immune function, all the things that mean living a better life. Increased resilience, which means you bounce back from things that are hard way more easily. And work-life balance. When you have a greater awareness of your needs and your boundaries, which mindfulness helps you discover, you get better balance in your life. And I don't know of a single amazing woman like you that wouldn't want all of those benefits. Mindfulness to me is almost like a magic bullet. It helps with so many things, and there is not a single downside that I have ever been made aware of. It's also free, other than maybe paying for a few books if you really want to dig into it, and simple. Not easy, but simple. The books that I've already mentioned to you would help you dive deep, but I'm going to teach you 3 super simple exercises today that you can start doing to become more mindful. And these are things that aren't going to add a whole bunch of time or effort into your day. And you could just pick one of these 3 exercises, do it for a few minutes a day, and that's it. And you will start becoming more mindful. And the more you do this and the better you feel, the more you will want to do it. The first one, mindful breathing. This is one of the simplest way to build mindfulness. You're going to find a quiet place, sit down comfortably, close your eyes, and focus solely on your breath. Pay attention to how it feels as you inhale and as you exhale, noticing the rise and fall of your chest or belly. If your mind begins to wander, you're going to gently bring your focus back to your breath. And you're going to start with just a few minutes a day. Set a timer on your phone, and then gradually increase the time as your comfort grows. This mindful breathing is actually a very simple meditation. And those things tend to go hand in hand. Another mindful exercise you could try, and some people really like this because we all have to eat every day many times, is mindful eating. And what that means is during a meal, trying to slow right down and be in the present moment, eating slowly and deliberately, savoring each bite, noticing the taste, the texture, the smell, the color of the food. Eating in this manner not only enhances the pleasure of eating, but it also helps in recognizing true hunger and knowing when you're full. And so it can add in weight management too, if you struggle with that. The third exercise you can try is mindful walking. And this means just taking a short walk where you pay attention to every single step you take. You're going to feel the ground beneath your feet. You're going to feel the swing of your arms, the breeze against your skin, and any sounds that you might hear. This practice can help you connect with your environment and the present moment. I encourage you to pick one of those 3 and try to do it every day for 2 weeks. And just keep track of how you're feeling. For a lot of people, this sounds far too simple to be effective and to make any big change in their life. Which is why many people that learn all about the benefits of mindfulness, which I've just listed for you, I've given you a ton of benefits, don't actually do any of the things that it takes to become more mindful. And I think part of that is it sounds almost too easy or good to be true. And anything that is new and maybe feels a little bit weird to us pushes us out of our comfort zone, and it is met with internal resistance. Your ego is just trying to keep you safe in the known, but nothing truly worthwhile is within our comfort zone. You are the one in charge, like the one inside there, not your ego. And you need to want the benefits of something new more than the comfort of what you currently know. I really love the quote. I believe it's Tony Robbins. Change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. So if you're in a place where you want things to be different than they currently are, maybe you want less stress, maybe you want better health, maybe you want better balance, maybe you want to have better emotional intelligence. There could be a plethora of things. Then this is a really great place to start. Working on being in the present moment and becoming more mindful can completely change your life. And I know me saying that for some people doesn't mean anything at all. And it probably won't mean anything to you until you actually do it and experience it for yourself. But it's the truth. So maybe take that, stew on it just a little bit. Remember, if you want to know my list of amazing mindfulness books, just comment the word book down below this video, and I will send you a PDF of all of my recommended books. You can audiobook them, you can read them, you can do them on Blinkist or any of those summary book sites, whatever. It's a great way to start diving deep into this. And then when I see you next week, we're going to dive into another fun topic that'll help you kind of in all areas of leadership. I'll see you then.